This is the story of one of my most challenging but beautiful adventures yet. It's no question that to find something truly breathtaking, you have to discover it for yourself. You could say I was getting tired of watching videos trying to get the same sense of awe from something I didn't experience. With the last week of my winter break, I planned a road trip. This was my winter escape to the mountains. So there are now 2 days until I leave, and I need to pack everything. I need to bring my backpack, sleeping bag, camera gear, warm clothes, cooking stuff, and random other things. Something I forgot to mention is I was bringing a friend with me. Eli was my travel buddy on our previous fall trip, and took the week off to join me on this one. With all of our gear packed, we headed north to our first stop. The high peaks in upstate New York had been on my to-do list for a while, and we were finally here. This was exactly what I was hoping for. A peaceful hike to calm my mind. Usually there's a million thoughts going on in my head, but during this hike I felt focused without a care about anything else. The word that comes to mind is escape, and this felt like mine. About halfway up the trail, we set up camp and rested up for the next day. Camping was a little daunting. There was this fine line between having fun and needing to stay warm so that we didn't, die. But hey, we knew that was part of the adventure.
It is 4 a.m. and our tent is completely covered in snow.
We got an early start and made our way to the summit. The clouds had cleared and the moon lit up the trail, and it felt like I was on another planet. It was refreshing to be somewhere unfamiliar. We got to experience this new and beautiful place for the first time. The challenging hike in the snow, the struggle to sleep in the cold, and the brutal wind was easy to forget while at the top. I felt an authentic sense of awe as Eli and I watched the sunrise. I always cherish these moments because of how it allowed space and time to get closer with Eli. We've known each other for about 10 years now, and during a trip like this, I still get to know more of who he is. And I am always thankful that we've drawn closer as friends every adventure we embark on. After a couple nights of rest, we set out on our next adventure. As I was thinking about what to say about this trip, besides just talking about what we did, I began to think more introspectively about why I planned a trip like this in the first place. I thought, why do we have this desire to escape? I think for me it's to escape the stresses of life, mostly because I'm not satisfied with what my daily life is really like. So often, any chance I get, I try to escape it. For me, it's hiking, but for anyone it could be video games, movies, hobbies, social media, and so on. That's not to say that these are bad things, but we constantly seek distraction. Why? Because we are not satisfied. I think our hearts will always yearn for the eternal satisfaction. And until we see that, we will always seek satisfaction in things other than Jesus. I want to be brutally honest and say that although these hikes were truly incredible, they would only satisfy me for so long before I want more. I found myself in a place where I longed for some part of my soul to be satisfied once I made it to the beautiful spot or the coolest view, but that didn't solve things. Being in nature, I've found, is the closest thing I can get to a glimpse of what the world would be like if there was peace, a world without sin, a world in perfect relationship with God. I'm reminded that this is not the reality I live in, but going on these adventures encourages me to look forward to that day. Until then, my prayer going forward is that the Lord would satisfy me and nothing else. Not the trips I go on, or the accomplishments, not even other people. I pray that these adventures would help me discover more of Him, whether it's through His creation or the people around me. I've found that there's no better place to be than in His presence, in His grace, in His love, and it's through that I can have peace. It's through Jesus that I can truly find my escape.